So I have this microphone for my MXT275 from Midland, and clearly it's been, well, it's had a few things spilt on it, it looks like. And as such, the push to talk button, it doesn't really click anymore. It stays keyed up, and if you fiddle with it, you can get it to unclick. But when it's plugged in, it stays keyed up. So I figured, might as well take it apart, see what it looks like, and then we'll also see if we can fix it. And we're going to replace this magnetic plate I put on there because I don't really like that. That thing kind of sucks. First matter of business, finally taking off the plastic. Now I think we'll just take all the screws out of the back and see what we get. Oh, that one's going to be a lot harder to get. Well, since I don't have something to reach down in those holes, we're just going to make the hole a little bigger. You radio nerds, cover your eyes, because this might hurt. Oh yeah, that worked, I think. See? It's always a way around. Always a way. I didn't make that one big enough, though. Loose enough? Ooh, yeah, they are. Ooh. Well, that's neat. One of the reasons the microphone feels so heavy is because they just put a big old steel plate in the back of the microphone. Really, this thing is really freaking light. Oh yeah, I think I see maybe the problem. So take a look at the board here. I'm not much of an electronics person as far as fine electronics go, but the momentary switch seems like it functions just right. So maybe we just need to clean all this schmoo out of here, and then everything will function correctly. Look at that. Look at that. That's a weird switch. Look how they did that. All they did is put a tab on top and bottom, and it looks like it just rides on there. So only one side of the tab actually pivots on that switch. What a unique way to do that. Not a very, I don't know, not a very skookum way to do it, but it's a way to do it nonetheless. So we'll clean all that up. Oh, let's see. Oh, that came out too. What's we got in here? We got a little speaker in there, obviously. Don't see any issues with any of the circuitry. That looks okay. I mean, that's pretty simple. That's what the inside of your MXT275 and 500 microphone look like. Done with the smaller screen anyway. Very interesting. Well, while we're here, might as well take it the rest of the way apart, right? Just to see. Kind of shocked there's no springs or anything in here. It's kind of nice though, because obviously it comes apart easier. Also, there's no weatherproofing of any kind in here. I don't remember if these things are supposed to be, but clearly it's not. So don't get it wet, even though from the outside it looks like it would be. And there's the other side of your board. Very simple. I think they call this through-hole construction. I'm not sure. But everything looks pretty clean. All the buttons have a nice tactile feel here. They're just little tiny momentary switches. That switch feels fine. It's returning, so it must be on the case. So we'll set this aside, and we will attempt to clean this. I'm guessing this junk right here is making it sticky. Man, look at that. Look how thick those buttons are. Like, look how thick that pad is. That is crazy. They must be doing that for the feel, so it doesn't feel as cheap as it looks like it's made. This is what I get for not fixing my mount, and this thing just sitting in your cup holder as you drive along. Actually, this might be a good point to switch out my magnet plate that I don't like. Let's go ahead and do that. And I don't have the original hook that came with, that comes with this. So what I do have, I'll show you here in a second. I have an aftermarket from Firestick that we're going to attempt to put on here. We'll see how that works. If not, I'll figure something else out later on. Oh, bigger screwdriver. So we're going to see if this is going to fit. This is just from Firestick. It's just a universal microphone button. Obviously, we're not going to use this big old screw to go through there, because that's not going to work. We might use the little washer. But we're just going to see. We're going to see if we can make that. Well, that's not going to work. So what am I going to do here? Yeah, I'm not sure that I like this. We're going to figure out something else. Maybe. That was probably the culprit on why this didn't work. That piece right there. But hey, I mean, we learned something kind of cool on how this microphone was made, and I'm hoping that this actually completely fixes the issue. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so I was cleaning this thing, right, and I realized I didn't pull any cables off the speaker. That speaker right here. So what the heck happened? What they did, these guys are smart. They put, instead of running wires like normal people do, running wires, they basically put contactor springs, right? So they made little contacts, so that way when the board goes in, it just touches the plates on the speaker and makes a connection instead of doing wires. That was a smart way to do that for assembly. I'm not gonna lie, that was thinking outside the box, that's for sure. Uh-oh. There is a rubber piece in here, I believe. So I think there's supposed to be a piece in here. Focus. And there's supposed to be a piece in here because when I put this together, now that I took it apart, obviously, that is not contacting the button now. So why would that be? I'm gonna go digging around on the floor, see what I can find. So for the life of me, I can't find the little boot that's supposed to go on here, why this won't make contact. Everything in the microphone is where it's supposed to be. So clearly something fell off here when I wasn't looking, or maybe when it was getting thrashed around in the truck or in the 4Runner, this piece came dislodged and came out. I don't know. I don't know where it is, but we're going to do what everyone should do in this situation and use the right stuff. Yeah. So this is just gasket maker, and we're just going to build up that little tip so it presses that button like it should, and let it cure. Hopefully that does the trick, and then I don't have to buy a new microphone. So let's see if we can do this. Let me get you in here. I have no idea how well this is going to work. But definitely that's way too much. This is not a the bigger the glob, the better the job kind of situation. While we're waiting for that to cure, I think we'll try to figure out how to get this new button onto the microphone. And I think I've come up with a way to do that. So take that out. In here, you actually have a brass threaded insert, which is kind of nice that Midland did that, right? Give you a bit more purchase when you're screwing something in, so you're not just screwing it into plastic. But that's kind of where I want to put this button, and it uses its own nut. So here's what I think. I think we go ahead and try to knock out that brass insert, see if the screw fits through there, the bolt. If it does, then we won't have to do anything to the casing. We'll just trim the bolt down. If it doesn't, then we'll drill it out a little bit and then trim the bolt down. So to knock that out, first I'm going to take off that little piece of plastic, and I'm going to use the biggest tool I possibly can because it's fun. And this is my die grinder. So that's what we're going to do. Maybe. All right, there we go. Something a little more manageable maybe. No, we're gonna have to grind it down more. There we go. I think that'll work. We're just going to leave the little lock washer out there. We got Loctite on there anyway. It's not going to go anywhere, I don't think. Perfect. Okay. That done. Now let's reassemble this and see just how we did. And then we'll go test it. Got our little dust cover. Okay. So far, that's very, very clicky. So hopefully that does the trick. You know what I forgot to put in here? The most important piece to the whole operation. That's right. The weight. Okay, now we can put it all back together. Oh, after we put our switch back. Okay, all the buttons seem to work. It's all back together. Let's go test it out real quick. Make sure it actually works. All right, got everything set up here. Let's plug it in and see. Okay, it comes up. Perfect. It works now. Before, when you'd press the button, it would just stay keyed. Test 1, 2. Yep, sounds like it's working great. Yeah. Hello. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Audio. Great. Well, we fixed it. A little bit of ingenuity, a little bit of taking things apart, a little bit of understanding what it looks like on the inside, and it's done. Plus the mic hanger, way better, way more universal for my purposes. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you next video.